All right, today we're going to be grabbing the chassis and bringing this up to Donald. So over the last month, we've been cleaning out the shop, giving it a fresh coat of paint. We grabbed all the parts we need. We grabbed all of the tools we needed to build the truck. So we've got the tool boxes, they've been putting those away. We got the electrical going again. Now we're finally ready to start production again. I'll grab this chassis, roll it onto the trailer. Now, it doesn't have brakes because the cab is obviously not on, and we also can't steer it because the cab is not on. So Connor's got a pry bar, and we're gonna try and pry bar it on its way. And what we've done is, because semi-truck brakes park on, Connor has caged all of the parking brakes, so now there's no parking brakes. So this thing is going to be free-wheeling, which means it's gonna be a little sketchy pulling it onto the deck. Hopefully our winch, it should hold. It's a brand new winch for 20,000 pounds. This chassis does not weigh 20,000 pounds. Hopefully this goes okay. That's the exciting money shot. Tires hanging a little over. That's just because these tires are wider than the steers. It'll be fine. You ready, Connor? Okay, you can probably straighten. Oh yeah, minty. I think we're at the limit of our winch again. Yeah, keep coming. The winch is now our safety device. Oh yeah, this is working really well. Oh fuck, that worked. You can fit a semi-truck on this little trailer. We need to change that winch out. I'll show you what we burnt up in the winch here. Right here, this line's all burnt. So we literally cooked that line off. It's supposed to be a 20,000 pound winch. I think rolling 8,000 pounds shouldn't burn it up. Probably just cheap Chinese. Do it? Yep, that looks good. Thanks. All right, so now that we've got the chassis loaded up, went over to MCon, grabbed up the rest of all of the engines. We got that old Cat C9, the two Scanias, and this is the first run for our service truck, so I hope it does well. We got a Facebook Marketplace special service truck, gave her a quick and dirty paint job and sent it off, got it inspected, we got a decal, got insurance, and now we got a service truck. So got to get that up to Donald too, so hopefully it packs the motors. For anyone new, if you want the color code of this paint job, there is a hexadecimal code, a hex code, which is basically a 6-digit code. The paint job for Edison Blue is 042069. That is Edison Blue. And honestly, I think it looks pretty sharp. Stupid burnt out winch line. It goes a little while and then it stops, and then you got to push it again. And got to roll her back, I think. Just walks off into the log yard. All right, there we go. The first truck is now in the shop and we're ready to start working on it.
What's the first truck?
I'm not allowed to tell you what the first truck is.
Is it undisclosed?
That is the undisclosed, we're not allowed to tell you what it's for truck, but it's here.
It's me, Keaton, CTO of Edison Motors. I'm here to show you a really new exciting development for the engineering workstation. Now that our team's so much larger and we're doing so much work and actual testing, we've had to split up from a senior engineering office to an electrical testing and workstation. So why don't we take a peek inside and see what the senior engineers are up to. Yeah, so look at this. We have solid wood walls that are actually decently insulated. We cleaned it up. We have a proper workbench, which Peter can talk more about. And we're not 6 people all crammed into one small space.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Back in Merritt, we didn't have enough stable power, so this printer used to live in Chase's parents' spare bedroom. So I'd have to walk inside their house every single time I wanted to grab a print or check on it. So it's nice that now we have solid power and we're able to have it right here. So we're gonna be doing a ton more 3D printing. Currently working on some on-shape prints that we might be able to share with you guys so you can print your own merch at home. So take a look out for that in the future. Super excited being here, be a bit more set up now.
Let's go check on and see what's happening with the electrical team. Really cool stuff happening this week. They'll be carrying on to the rest of the month. So yeah, this is the CAD dungeon at its new location in Golden. Let's go check it out and see what the electrical engineering team's up to. So as you can see, we've tidied it up a lot. We've turned it into a half office space on the side for our 3 electrical engineers and a test bench workstation on the other side for test harnessing and testing some of our low power circuits. This is Yale. You may remember him from some earlier videos. Now that I'm CTO, he's going to be taking over the running of the electrical team at the ground level, doing a lot of the testing and doing a lot more of that low level design work with the stuff that I come up with.
Yeah. I'm Yael Oosthuizen. I started as a co-op student last year and really loved it here, so I'm coming back and I'll be taking over the electrical team. I'm from UVic and I was the chief engineer of the first ever electric Formula race car, and we took it to competition, and now I'm here at Edison where that work is really applicable.
Hi, I'm Conrad. I've been with Edison since I graduated from the Warsaw University of Technology in the fall. I've been working hybrid, mostly remotely programming. Now that we're out here in Golden, I'm going to be out here more full-time, doing some testing, programming, harnesses, that kind of thing.
Hello, my name is Hunter. I am the current co-op student working for Edison Motors. I went to school at UBCO for electrical engineering, and I did a previous co-op working on the cabling diagrams and on ships for C-SPAN. I'm currently working on the harnesses for the trucks we're building, as well as getting prepped and ready to start testing those harnesses. Yale's been really helping us, working on those harnesses, and I'll pass it on to him.
Right on. Over here we've got our testing area. It's been cleaned up and we've put some intention into building a good workspace that we can test low voltage and high voltage. Right now we're setting up our test for our low voltage harnessing. We had our low voltage harnesses professionally manufactured. We designed all those in Onshape to get our lengths, and now we'll be mounting those. So we're going to test all our fitment, test all our connections, start communicating on the truck. Then we'll be moving this into the cab, which will be a really exciting next step, but this is the first piece of that process.
Once all that work is complete, we'll have all of our low power testing done and we'll be ready to go live on the shop, plugging in the undisclosed chassis and hopefully getting axle spun within the next 2 weeks.
So Chase called me a little bit ago and he's like, did you order an electric dirt?
I'm like, who ordered a dirt bike? And I'm like, why do we have an electric dirt bike in the yard? I'm like, trying to phone everyone, and it said on the shipping address, Edison Motors, and we're like, okay, who bought an electric dirt bike? And there was a number on this. Ray phoned the number. One of our investors, Robin, right?
Robin, yeah.
Yeah, Robin decided that we need to be able to get, it's a big property and we need to be able to get around a little faster, and he bought us an electric dirt bike. He literally told us on the phone, he's like, Chase, I know you're too cheap to ever buy one of these. And like, he's right, because I was genuinely kind of getting annoyed that I thought somebody bought an electric bike. I guess we got a sugar daddy now?
Edison Motors has an investor sugar dad.
We have an investor sugar daddy who hooked us up with what's going to immediately be a trip to the hospital for somebody.
Yeah.
Our money's on Eric so far. I think that's cumulatively unanimous money is on Eric.
All right, kick him over.
That's pretty quiet.
This is cool.
I've actually never ridden a motorbike before. Had a lot of quads and everything, but I've never been on 2 wheels.
How many times have you ridden a bicycle?
I've ridden a bike a few times.
Like a few times?
6. Have I owned a bike? No. I think I've rode my dad's bike.
Jeez. When I was a kid, I rode my bike like 6 times a day. I rode my bike to school every day.
Stand up.
Let it go, the ready button.
All right. I got it. It's not as fast as I thought it'd be. Oh, that's kind of fun. Thanks, Robin.
This is Tom. You probably remember me from the log yard. Not only can I load logs, I can also help unload your logs. As you can see, I install septic systems as well. I got to operate a side business as well. It's Willowbank Contracting out of Golden. I do all kinds of services for everybody. This here, we're putting in septic systems for Edison. There's 5 different systems to service all the cabins that are going in up here. With Zone A, I mean, there's no, you don't have to, a lot of it's not under permit, but for the septics it is. So we're working with Fairmont Construction out of Fairmont, or Invermere, and they're designing all the septic systems and we're going by their plans. So this here is for System 4, it'll service 3 cabins right here. Here's the shitter tank. So right here I've set up a site for 3 cabins, 1, 2, and the third one is gonna go over there. All the piping is to grade. It has to go obviously downhill. Shit rolls downhill. So we have it all, everything's all set up to a certain slope. And right now I'm ready to backfill these 3. So once this is all dolled up and tidied up, then we will go to the next phase where I set up the tank. And then from there it goes to a D box, distribution box, and then a drain field, which I have to later on build that drain field. Okay, this here is a 2006. It's a PC58 by Komatsu. This machine works really well for doing everything I do, whether it's electrical line installations, water lines, septics, anything that you can pretty much do with an excavator. Now your traditional boom, you have to swing the whole machine back and forth like so. Sometimes that doesn't work very well when you're making corners. With this guy here, you don't have to swing the machine. The whole boom oscillates like so. So it works really well for doing all kinds of finicky stuff. Whether it's going around tight corners or anything, you can make really nice corners with it. Yeah, so it works pretty good.
Today we're working with a geotechnical engineer. We're finalizing our shop build, so we have an idea of our load rating that's going to come off of our structure. And now we need to consult with a geo so that we know how to do our earthworks that can handle that load-bearing structure. Hey guys, I'm Alex. I work for Ground Tech Engineering. We're out of Fernie, and today we're at Edison Motors' new shop doing a geotech investigation. So here's one of our test pits. Basically, you know, we coordinate with the excavator and we'll dig about 4 feet. And at that point, I'll jump in the hole, we'll do a density test using a DCP. And then I basically get up close and log the walls of the test pit. And then our target depth is about 3 to 4 meters. And so we basically just watch the machine dig the hole. And whenever we have like a layer change or a density change, I'll mark it down. And I'm talking to the excavator. And then basically we get to that 3-4 meter mark. And we take some pictures, we get samples, we log everything. And then that's all the data that we use. We go back to the office, we start writing up the report, and that usually takes a couple weeks. And yeah, then we'll be able to provide Edison with the full report.
All right, now that everything is moved, the shop is cleaned, painted, sorted, parts are there, the chassis is there, we can finally bring the cab into the work bay, unwrap it, and hopefully soon get it onto that chassis that's sitting next to it. This is literally the first time most of us have seen it, so let's unwrap her and that's not bad.
Quite the spaceship.
I like it. Oh, it even smells like new vehicle. It smells like new truck.
It's the most important feature. Has to smell like a new truck.
That's nice. Hammer forged. Not hammer forged, yeah. No, that's skookum. Access plates look good.
Yeah, because we didn't even look in the back when we were at Wacon. We were so trying to get it wrapped up. All the electronics cabinets. Yeah, that's gonna look awesome.
All the high voltage cabinets, yeah. The only thing I thought of though, cup holders are on this side. Works great for the driver. We're gonna have to like install like one cup holder there.
It's right here. That's where they hold it.
I'll close the door. I just want to see the visibility. That's way better than it was. Yep. Right there. Yep. That is.
You're right. It needed growth for that. That looks really good.
Great job on this cab.
I think it turned out pretty sweet. I'm just, yeah, like it looks so
nice
good.
Seal, all sealed up nicely.
Listen to the sound of it.
Oh, that's a good sound on that door.
Yeah, that's an upgrade from Topsy for sure on the door.
100%.
I think it's like a little like spaceshipy, unique, but also like what are those Oddwells or like Unimogs? What am I thinking of?
Commander?
No, I guess it's Commander-esque. Like those fire trucks on airports.
You know that thing that ATK made with that Cossack? It's kind of more like that Cossack, but like hopefully without all the shitty suspension that the Cossack had with the tracks that couldn't con the rig mat since we have normal tires.
The look is definitely growing on me. It's very unique, but it's like unique, almost like I would say a Cybertruck is unique to a pickup, but
did we build a Cybertruck?
It's not weird to the point of a Cybertruck.
That's a swear word around here.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna look pretty ridiculous where it is going.
Looks awesome. Good job. So you guys remember how we went to Quebec and we met with Knoedler? Now I'm gonna use my knife and open up their seats. So we went to Quebec to try and meet Canadian manufacturers. So these seats are completely made in Canada, and they said that they were gonna do up some custom seats for Edison. So I can't wait to see what their custom seats are. I think it just lifts off. Oh, yeah. Noise. That's a stitching come out. It turned out cute. It turned out really good.
Turned out really nice.
Yeah. There we go. You see all the manufacturers, Kenworth, Peterbilt, International, they all have their logo in the seat, and Knodler said that Knodler said that they would do that for us. We're pretty sure the K is silent. We didn't actually ask them how to pronounce their name, but it's fun anyway.
We'll pull it right out. Will it come off the skid?
Oh, I could have that. There, she'll lift up. Oh, top of my headrest. Nice. I got the low back. I really, really like the low back. It's a personal preference for mine. Watch your head. Yep.
Oh my God. Luxurious.
Yeah. The adjustable armrests.
All the switches. Yeah, not too shabby.
Oh, I get it's a good industrial seat.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's just as that's probably better than that legacy seat you got. I think so. That is nice. That is comfortable. Yeah.
It's also got the, that's great. Premium leather.
This was one thing I was adamant about though, is that we had a high quality seat. I asked for the nicest foam, the nicest material. This is where the driver spends all of his time. You need to be comfortable as a driver in order to be comfortable in the truck. That's like the seat is the one thing you should never, ever skimp on.
All right, guys, now to wrap this video up, I'm letting you know the merch store is open on the Donald property. We have an actual store. It's not just online shipping now. In this store, we have stuff you can't get anymore. You have to pick these up on location. And if you want mud flaps, they're about $100 cheaper if you pick them up. The only reason they're so expensive is because of the shipping. What else do we got new here? Hardwork Industries. We got these Hardwork Industries hats. You know, Spencer doing all the groundwork. So thanks for watching, guys. Oh, cool stuff coming too. The next video coming out is the go-kart video, which is gonna be awesome. And we just filmed Investor Day. That's probably about 3 weeks away.